All right, I'm on hole number 5 of the Redwood Cup. I'm in Monday's practice round of the rookie division. I'm in my 99 account, so I've got T4, some T5 clubs right in that neighborhood. This account's really only played in tournaments, some friendlies, but it's played in enough tournaments. It's actually got a pretty decent set of clubs. All right. So if you've got upper developed clubs, there's 2 ways that you can go with this. You can go in between the trees. And I brought out a power 5 ball on my 77 account, and I actually got on the back side of the green. I actually rolled past it. I did no overpower just coming through here. I probably could have used a power 4 ball and would have ended up in a better spot. And I am going to switch to a power 4 in my 77 account. So if you got an extra mile line, you can do a power 4. With an extra mile 8, you can probably still do a power 4. No OP. Going in between the trees, aiming right off of this tree right here with a little bit of curl just to bring yourself through. You can also aim dead center in the middle of this tree if you got a power 3 ball. And you can do max OP and you can come around. And I could not catch a perfect during the practice session and kept ending up right here in the rough because it kept hitting 3 rings good to the right. But we have several different ways that we can go at it. I'm going to bring out a power 3 ball. I got an extra mile 7, and I'm going to go in between the trees and try and just get up as far as I can and see how much distance I can get. I have no idea what kind of distance I will get. I probably could put OP on it and get up there, but I don't want to put too much overpower on it because with the new needle, I'm not hitting perfect. I can't see it. It's part of the deal. And what's really throwing me off, and I've had several people comment on my YouTube channel that they didn't change anything except for they took, okay, hey, here's the center line. Here's my center line. Okay. And what they're saying is that the perfect was 1 degree on either side. So perfect represents 1 degree on this side, 1 degree on this side. Let's say this was the old system. Then you had your next ring, and it represented 2 degrees. So that means a great to the right was 2 degrees, or excuse me, a great to the left was 2 degrees, a great to the right was 2 degrees, a 2-ring great was 2 degrees, and a perfect represented 2 degrees. And what Playdemic is saying is that their scale was off on their old system, so they changed it, and they went to now we've got this is what 1 degree really is. But they left this line there, and then all the rest of the lines are exactly the same size as they were before. So if their scale was off before, then that means that halfway in the second line, you're in a 2-ring great or a 1-ring great. Why the hell didn't they just change the scale on all of them and give us a whole new target set? Because now we've got exactly the same error that we had before, and all they fixed was the perfect. So I have no idea now, because I can't recognize with this new line that's in here whether I'm hitting an actual 2-ring great or a 1-ring great. So if they wanted to change the bullseye, why didn't they scale it and change the whole bullseye? Okay, because they didn't make the great a wider area. So halfway through this, on this side of the line, it's a 2-ring great. On this side of the line, it's a 1-ring great. In this system right here, it's the same thing. But if they changed the center, why didn't they change them all and put them to scale? And I like symmetry. My eye is drawn towards symmetry. And now we have a non-symmetrical grid here, and it's throwing me off big time. And I'm not the only one that it's throwing off. It just seems pretty cheesy to me that they did it that way. I have no idea why they would do it that way. If your scale's off on one thing, why is it then it's off on all of them? Hole number 5. Let's look at it again. Okay, I got it. Got to remember what I was doing. I got off on a tangent there. I was on a tirade. I mean, think about it though. Step back and think about it. Like, who the hell else would do that? Oh yeah, we had an error in our system and we fixed it, but they didn't fix the rest of the stuff. What kind of BS is that? Yeah, I'm going to bring a Titan. In the weekend round, I would probably use my power 4 ball just to, I have a limited selection of them, but I probably bring out a bigger power ball just to see if I can get up there. But let's see how close I can get with the power 3 ball with no OP. It's not going to be good. It's going to be like probably minimum short iron or maximum wedge. And I can put a little bit of OP. I can rub up against the nubs, but not much more than that. Okay, so that's the line I want to be on. And I'm going to leave the wind in. The wind's going to push me out into that zone. Put a little bit of curl on it and a little bit of OP. Hit it one ring great to the right. That's pretty much exactly where I was ending up when I was doing max OP. So if I used max OP on there, I probably could get it down into that zone and I could end up in the same damn area. So that's one of those things in this account, as long as you can make it through the trees and you don't hit up there and end up in the rough or the sand. I can probably, if you end up in the rough or the sand up here, you can probably get on as long as you're not behind the trees. And an extra mile 7 and an extra mile 6 don't have, with an extra mile 8, if you aim dead center on the middle of that tree and use max curl, it'll bring you around the tree and go right down the middle of that fairway. But an extra mile 7, well, extra mile 7 did pick up some curl, so that might be an option too. I think if you're doing OP, you have a little bit more, you may have a little bit more flexibility if you try and go around the tree. It could be a coin toss. This is a good hold. It is a good shot to practice, though. There's max. I'm at mid club. A little less than mid. Maybe getting towards the, yeah, I'm getting up in towards the 8 per ring. I'm going to do a half a ring pull, and I'm way downhill. I'm going to do a little over half. I'm going to do about a 5 ring pull, or a 5 mile per hour pull. No. It won't matter if you hit it 7,000 rings great to the right. I think that was pretty close, though. That was like 2 rings great to the right. It seemed like it was 7,000. It was pretty damn close to being good, so it was at least a 2 ring. And that wasn't too far off. I was counting at, oh, excuse me. I was counting at like 8 per ring. So I like the fact that on our ring set that we have here, it plays exactly the same way as it did before, but we have a halfway mark. So we do have some kind of marker where we can do, if we're doing a 2.6 pull, we can start on our blue ring and go to the new ring. That's 2.5. And then we can do a slight adjustment. So we can get a little bit tighter on some of our adjustments. But on the needle, it just blows me away that they addressed the fact that they had made an error in the original calculation, but they didn't go fix them all. They only fixed the center. I mean, what kind of sense does that make? You put too big of tires on your vehicle, and the knockoff, because you don't have any lug nuts, you just have one knockoff. The knockoff was also wrong. So we fixed the knockoff, but we're going to leave the bigger tire on there on your car. You come up with a bunch of different analogies, but it's no bueno is what it is. All right, that's hole number 5 of the Redwood Cup in Monday's practice round in the rookie division. Thanks for watching. Hey, let's see what they got up at the top. We should see with lower developed clubs. What we really want to be looking for with lower developed clubs is -12 is always the starting point. Hey, get on there. -12 is always the starting point. And we really need to pick up one of these par 4s, and that puts us at -13. And it's like in every other one. We really need to pick up 4 or 5 every time. But with lower developed stuff, it's going to be harder, and 5 is probably our best opportunity. So that hole right there is probably our best opportunity to pick shots up. All three of the par fours have great opportunities, and we have to pick one of them up. We really want to be, if you want to get up towards the top, is we really want to be looking at minus 14. Minus 14 is going to set you up for success. I think in most brackets, a minus 14 is going to get you in the top 10. Not in every bracket, but it's going to get you in the top 10, and you're going to have a serious opportunity to win if you can shoot a double 14 and shoot a 28. You're going to have an opportunity to win in a lot of brackets. So that's what our goal is, and this is our minimum. With lower developed stuff, 12 is probably a pretty realistic minimum, with a 13 as being what our goal should be. All right, that was hole number 5, Redwood Cup, Monday's practice round. Thanks for watching.